Welcome to group chat.
Hey,
we got a full house.
Yeah.
Normally we'd be back from Coachella.
We're well rested, hydrated.
I know.
We're old.
We're old.
That's the real problem.
Well, I'm going to Stagecoach.
That's
So
old.
fuck you guys.
I think I'm going too. I'm down to be old.
Yeah. What I
Watch
realized,
Zach Bryan.
it's so funny. The whole last week I was saying Luke Bryan.
Oh yeah, wrong Bryan. That's also a
Is
Bryan.
Luke Bryan country?
Yeah. Right?
No, it's Zach Bryan.
Yeah, but isn't Luke? Who's Luke? Luke Combs.
Luke Combs.
Did I make that up?
Yeah. Jelly Roll.
I love Jelly
You just
Roll.
saying names. Scott Brooks.
Jelly Roll will be there Saturday night. So,
Yeah.
but Coachella did happen this weekend.
It's still happening. I mean, I'm probably going to watch the post live feed tonight.
I watched a handful of artists on YouTube. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I did get my, my fix in.
Did you?
Yeah, because here's what I realized is, like, I've always been friends with younger people. I know a lot of younger people that went, but they don't post anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's not cool to post.
Yeah,
Well, they don't want their boss to know that they're there.
No,
right?
I'm not talking about employees. I'm talking about cool kids I know that just are there. Forget,
Yeah, I feel like
I don't even
posting's
follow
not
my
cool.
employees because I want them to have their space.
Church and state.
Yeah. So like, I'm talking about just young people I know that are out there that did not post a fucking picture.
I feel like posting's out.
It's totally out.
Yeah.
It's the only people that post. It's so funny. Like when I go on Instagram stories and the ticks, you see how many people?
Yeah.
It's all people my age.
Yeah.
It's boomers who have unlimited ticks.
Lots
How
of
the
ticks.
boys didn't post.
Of course
No,
not.
no,
Nobody's
the youth.
posting.
The youth doesn't
Did you
post.
hear how Hav got his tickets?
I heard he won in a contest.
So FaZe Banks posted something on Twitter.
Yeah.
Said, make the funniest video of why you should get the 2 tickets. So Hav and Blackout Mike did a 30-second video, which is really funny. You could see it. FaZe Banks said, instantly, you win, and DM'd him and got him artist passes.
Oh, wow.
That's
Would they
amazing.
make it and post it? Did they post it?
Yeah, they posted it.
That's
It's
amazing.
public.
That's good.
And they won. God, those guys are stars.
Yeah. I mean, but
boys are
Hav
stars.
and Blackout Mike, man.
Yeah.
They're just fucking.
but
They should have a reality show.
it
They
shows that like the relevance of social media today, because I saw someone older post on Twitter or X saying, oh, Coachella is dead. I was like, no, it's not. 100,000 people went.
I watched, we were at a friend's house for dinner and we're eating dinner, just watching the YouTube stream. Like it's a movie.
I
I haven't
watched
watched it yet. I was going to watch it tonight.
And they changed the stage because Travis Scott was like, totally.
his stage, that was not the main stage. That's like they did a special stage for a handful of artists because it was the late night.
Got it. Because it wasn't just main stage. You was just there.
No, it was there were some DJs that performed there, but I watched Green Day because
We
who I
watched
was
Green
like
Day,
dying
yeah.
to watch, which was awesome.
Yeah.
That was the one where I like actually had FOMO that I wish I was at the festival grounds.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
blackout.
Green Day, really? That's the one that got you?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, that's like my childhood.
I get it. Yeah.
That's like peak band childhood.
How old do you think they are? I Googled it last night.
55.
57.
Yeah.
Close.
Um,
Really?
they look great.
I mean, look at how old we are. Of course, they were famous when
They
we
were
kids.
They were the
That's
biggest
true, huh?
band when I was in high school. And when you're in,
Yeah,
and they
that's
started at
crazy.
15,
like
which is crazy.
Oh, wow.
I read the whole Wikipedia. That's why I know all
mean,
this.
they're
That's
and
great.
think about it. They're like California guys. They're from Berkeley. Blink was down in SoCal. Like these were the bands on the Warped Tour when I used to go to the Warped Tour. These were the bands that used to headline, and
They look great.
yeah. Well,
For
the main guy
57.
looks great.
Main guy looks.
Yes,
Billy Joel or whatever his name is. But I think like what was interesting is the lack of social media content.
Yeah.
Which like I'm sure the brands that are paying will have a post this week. You'll see a ton of posts.
Yeah.
And you'll see the content that they all have to create.
Yeah.
But the organic content of the festival was always like what made it so cool and desirable.
Right.
And so I almost think I personally think it's the best thing that happened for the festival
Why?
is that it did not get overexposed.
For the concert goer that they actually watched it.
No. Forget that.
You
The
just mean
phones
for,
were
like,
still
the-
out. They just weren't sharing it. I'm just saying from the outside public, it became like a bit of a circus of what Coachella, because of it's just constantly posting and it's just, it got cheesy.
Yep.
Right?
Oversaturated.
Right. And I think the fact that there was not oversaturation, and we all know everyone that went had the time of their life.
Yeah.
Because it's just the best experience.
Yeah.
And so a bunch of people had fun, a bunch of people go talk about it, and it'll be cool again. And I do think the lineup being substantially better. Like, think about it. You had Green Day, Lady Gaga, Travis Scott, Post Malone.
I mean, Post Malone's probably a few hours away from now.
Charlie XCX. And then you had all the kind music. You have Diplo, you have Shaboozey.
Blackpink with Moog from White Lotus perform.
Yeah. And so you had all these different artists that I don't know, that are more relevant than in the past. Cause I think you have to bridge the old school artist and you have to pick the right ones.
Right. That'd be hard to do.
Yeah. Like you have to pick a Killers. You have to pick a Green Day. You have to give everyone a band.
Right.
You have to give everyone a pop star.
Yeah.
And you have to give everyone a rapper, and you have to give everyone a house music.
I'm not gonna
and
lie.
then some foreigners.
I'm not gonna lie.
But then all the up and coming, that'd be a tough.
Yeah.
On Thursday, some of your employees, I was in the office, they were heading out, and I had FOMO. I was like, "This is what we used to do."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had FOMO on for what we used to do, but I didn't.
No, yeah, it's binary. Yeah,
Right.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it was probably the peak of the year.
Yeah.
A few years.
Maybe 10.
I know. It was. That was some of the best. That was really.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
And I
Not that I wanted to be with 25-year-olds, but it was fun when we did.
Right.
100% wanted to be with 25-year-olds.
Right.
And I would fit right in.
Yeah, you'd be the life of the party. I mean, remember you just laying in the pool yelling at Danny for another drink? I just have so many.
At 11 a.m.
One time we were upset at 11 a.m. One time we were obsessed with ping pong. We took a ping pong table out there.
We bought a table, I think.
Yeah, we did. Holy shit.
so many good memories, so fun. And
We've been throwing out a neon carnival.
Yeah.
We've had all of it.
One of our very good friends went straight from Neon Carnival to the emergency room.
Wow.
It's good. It's
Yeah.
good memories.
Yeah.
And the Del Taco always lived up.
Man,
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'll be back like the Terminator.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Stagecoach.
You think when the kids get older,
What?
you think when the kids get older, you'll go on a run?
I'm pretty sure we're bringing our kids to Stagecoach.
to the
Yeah.
actual festival?
It's kids 10 and under are free. So we'll go during the day with them. And then we'll probably go with a friend who has kids. And then someone will watch them
I think I know who your group is.
Yeah.
They told me at school that they're going.
I don't know. They're not at your school.
But anyways.
They're definitely going. They're not bringing their kids.
Got it.
Yeah. They're not bringing their kids.
But do you think
that was
when
the reason why we're going?
when the kids are old enough to stay home and you're 55, you think you'll be drunk at Coachella again?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that idea.
You know the best
100%,
part
yeah.
about the
I like
story is our daughter goes to a Presbyterian school.
Yep.
So we do chapel on Tuesday and Friday.
Yep.
And one of the dads was like, I'm 100% going to Stagecoach while they're saying amen.
Yeah.
Jesus.
God is good.
Yeah, that's LA.
Stagecoach.
That's like a scene in Entourage.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think Stagecoach allows the boomers to get the taste of Coachella, because the problem with Coachella is that it's the fashion show element of it.
Yeah.
Plus, it's very young,
Yeah.
and so it's hard to keep up with these kids.
Yeah.
Where Stagecoach is a little bit more mellow. Although I did talk to a friend who throws events, and he says he has 5 parties at Stagecoach.
Really?
That people are now throwing events and parties.
With sponsors and stuff?
Someone, I don't know if this is true, but someone texted me, was like, "Hey man, I need help. I want to go to Neon Carnival at Stagecoach." I was like, "They have that?"
Really?
I don't know. I'm gonna find out.
Whoa.
So
If D's at Neon Carnival at Stagecoach, that's a great.
That could happen. That seems pretty likely.
I will. I'm not like the Gen Z. I will post a fucking pic.
Yeah. Post a pic. Yeah. Damn, I didn't.
You should come. Get a hotel. Let's go.
Yeah, I think I'll come. You're going for sure.
I got my tickets. I'm set. I don't have a place to stay yet, but I never had a place to stay for Coachella, and
I heard
it out.
prices are pretty down too, so I think you're fine.
Well, they're about to be down. I mean,
yeah. Well, the other thing, the thing that the big Coachella news was, what was the percentage of Coachella goers
60%
used buy now, pay later?
Jesus Christ. Well, is everyone just paying for everything later?
Why not?
Your whole, I know why not, but like your whole Chipotle last week was on buy now, pay later. Your
Uber was.
trip to Coachella.
My Stagecoach, I'll be paid off in October.
Just do it by the next Stagecoach.
But that's what it should be. Why the fuck not?
I know, it's just because your overhead, your bill is going to be, not you, but like you're a kid, it's going to be, you're going to be like the U.S., just servicing your debt is going to be more than your GDP.
But that's America.
That's America.
We just everyone just needs to service their debt.
Yeah.
It doesn't, we've realized that debt does not matter. So if it doesn't matter for the United States, it should not matter to the 22-year-old that went to Coachella.
I like it. I'm not even going to argue with you.
Service your debt. Yeah. All you have to do is service it. And service it means try to make the monthly payment. Try. If you're late a couple times, it's not the end of the world.
Totally fine. Yeah. I have no argument. Because how can you not advise someone to do that when that is what this country is built on?
Yes.
I think our age group is aged out of Coachella because I don't know many friends that went.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, me neither. Just the Revolve Squad.
Yeah, the Revolve Squad. Obviously, they're there for business.
Everyone who's there for work our age was out there. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think it is, 30? Because it's still expensive.
What do you mean?
30 what?
Average age?
Yeah.
Of Coachella?
Yeah. Late 20s.
It's not cheap.
Yeah, but you just save all.
I guess buy now, pay later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you mean it's not cheap?
Enjoy now, pay never.
Yeah, worry later.
Yeah, worry
have fun
later.
Now, worry about it later.
That should be the ad campaign. Yeah. Enjoy now, worry later.
Yeah, have the time of your life now.
Even Hav, don't mean to Adam, he was ready to take a tent and sleep in a grass, not at the campground.
Just anywhere.
How old is Hav?
27.
Damn, that motherfucker has so much perseverance for a good time.
Yeah, because they had a friend's house and there was like all this controversy. Yeah. He was like, I'll just get a tent and sleep in the grass.
Yeah.
I mean, he just ran the marathon. That guy, he's like David Goggins of partying. It just can't be stopped.
But I agree. I think.
But then he ended up with an artist band and a room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how the world works.
Yeah. One of our coworkers said, yeah, I ran into Hav at the artist tent. He was with some British girls, talking about, you want to meet my coworkers? They overheard him.
It's funny. I'm on a text thread with two of your employees and we were trying to get proof of life of Hav.
Yeah.
A wellness check.
Sunday morning, finally at 11 a.m., we got proof of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think
he's also done it with you and he's done some pretty insane shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Titty party.
Oil party, titty party.
But
he might be in the lawsuit.
I think
he might get named.
I think if you're young, you just send it. You have to.
Yeah.
Who cares?
You figure it out later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the model.
The buy now, pay later is almost just show up to Coachella and figure it out later.
You should. Yeah. Everyone should buy now, pay later. I love buy now, pay later.
Yeah.
But also just your situation, your housing, everything gets sorted.
By the way, you can buy now, pay later your hotel.
I mean, Post Malone got sorted.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone gets sorted.
Yeah. You just figure it out.
I will say, to your guys' point about like going to college or like these different things, like this is why social skills are very important for young people.
Yeah.
That's how if you know how to schmooze and chat it
You'll
up,
get a place.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah, of course.
You there's always a home.
Yeah. Okay.
Amazing. Well, everyone who went, hope they had an incredible time. I have massive FOMO.
Yeah. Send pics. I mean, I know you don't want to post them, but
yeah, let us know how it went.
Yeah, give us updates.
In the midst of Coachella, nobody there was worried about what was going on in the world.
No, why would you?
Yeah.
And what's interesting is like, as you get further away from people that own and operate businesses, you realize no one gives a fuck about what we are all obsessing over minute by minute, which is the tariffs. Even the average person who you think would be thinking about it, they just don't know. They can't quantify it yet. When they show up to if the Apple iPhone is $10,000 one day, then maybe that's when they wake up. But all this talk and fear is a very small group of people.
To be honest, I think that it's mostly people that just are hearing tariffs.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, shit, I guess shit isn't good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's not good.
The details are unclear, right?
Right. And like where it actually affects you.
Yes.
Unclear.
But
I think there is like, it does affect like the mood.
Yes.
Like there's a general, like, I guess things are scary. I don't know.
I mean, I think the fact that the market went down and that people are claiming that.
But most people, I mean, look, of everyone at Coachella, what percentage is invested in the market?
20%.
I think that's high.
No.
No. I
think it's 7.
I think the number is
Coachella. The picture walking through the GA. You're telling me there's 20% investors in that crowd?
I mean, Robinhood's a $50 billion company.
Yeah, but I don't. Either way, look, my only point is I don't even think that. I think that's another thing that mostly just people know it's a bummer.
Yeah.
But I don't know that they're even that.
No, I think people, there's a psyche in America.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll end at some point, I think, where everything just figures itself out.
Right.
Regardless of who's in charge, who's doing what.
Right.
Because we survived COVID.
I mean, just think about it. 2008, this guy didn't know anything was wrong.
Exactly. You were the guy in GA. Well, you're a VIP, but you know what I'm...
No. That year I snuck into VIP and I had no fucking idea that anything was wrong.
By the way, that's what I'm telling you right this second. There are 100, 200 million people in America that don't have a fucking clue. All they know is Rory McIlroy won the goddamn Masters, and the Lakers got the 4 seed,
3 seed,
and the Clippers got the 4 seed or whatever, 5 seed.
That was a great game. So are we doing tariffs? What are we doing now?
We're doing it all. It's a fucking soup of news.
Yeah, so
Rory's up, stocks are down.
Our good friend Steve Patino is here.
Let's get him.
Yes, and the reason why I wanted Steve to come is Alice Gray is made in the goddamn USA.
Oh yeah, you should send it to Barron.
Not a tariff in sight over here.
Yeah, god damn it.
God damn it.
And one of the things that the narrative that's been...
This is gonna be a long episode, guys, because we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
that's been playing is that in America we're not able to make anything, and that we have no capabilities of making things.
Right.
And we've seen like Tesla is made in America.
Tesla.
And Apple has started building factories in America.
Yep.
And footwear is one of these categories that historically was made in America. You're talking 100 years ago. And then over the last 50 years, it kind of all went offshore, China and now Vietnam. Those are the 2 countries that make most of the shoes. But when you start looking at, there are brands that make shoes in America. New Balance makes a lot of shoes in America. Even Birkenstock makes shoes in Germany, right? And so you can make product in America. And when you, Steve, started in the footwear industry, you spent a lot of time in China. And you spent a lot of time in Guangzhou learning the intricacies of footwear manufacturing at scale. And I think what's interesting is you went there, you lived there. How long did you live in China?
5 years.
5 years in China. By the way, if you've ever been to China, living in there 5 years, no joke. Right. Especially you were living pre a lot of the trendy part.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Like really, really in the mix. I think for me, what I'm so excited about is that, I'll start with some big stats, right? So specifically in footwear, the US is the largest importer of shoes in the world. We import 2.4 billion pairs of shoes each year. That's 7 pairs of shoes per person, right?
Damn.
How many shoes
each year?
How many shoes do you buy a year?
Not anymore. Probably 3.
I'm 3 to 5.
Yeah.
3 to 5. 3 to 5.
Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you look at that,
I think Amanda has those shoes, those Asics.
Yeah, I've
And then-
got 3 of these this year, and I'm good.
you could do like 3, but then there's people that also need a shoe for work, right? So you might need 2 to 3 shoes for work. Almost sometimes you want to go out, and then also there's the women's market as well, right? So you need a sandal, you need a slip,
Women's have 25 pairs
flip-flop,
of
you need a
shoes.
slide.
Men buy 2, and it gets to 7.
And then
right.
That's the math.
So when you look at that to me, the biggest stat here is that 99% of all footwear is made overseas. And so that means that the American consumer, we don't have a choice. So you have to pick from 99% of status quo product made one way through one business model. No matter where it comes from, it has to go through that model. And so we said, what if we change that? What if we change the model to have a 1% solution? And that's why we created this. And we've been going at this. I've just been obsessed with efficiency and supply chains for the last 5 years.
Did you do that from day one with LS Gray?
Since day one, what we saw the white space was that there was no high quality, comfortable, affordable footwear that was made sustainable.
Right.
And we thought that could allow us to create the next $1 billion footwear company.
Mm-hmm.
And he started in Italy.
Yeah, okay, I remember that.
And so we've actually tested it and we iterated. We really took the company and really thanks to D, like on advice, is really looking at the business model in terms of the way that tech companies look to break the model fast,
right,
and then iterate and then pivot and then iterate. And so we did Italy first,
right,
and we saw what that was. And then we went from Italy to Mexico. Mexico is the largest partner for the United States. It's over China. People think that China is the largest partner. It's not. It's Mexico, then comes China, then after third, fourth comes Canada.
Right.
The reason why is because that the goods that come into America, they try to use NAFTA to be able to import directly through Mexico or through Canada through our borders to save that tariff.
Right.
However, we've also tested that. And even through NAFTA, prior to the tariff taxes, you still have to pay cross-border fees. You still have transportation fees.
Right.
So it doesn't work the way you think it does. Now with the new 25% on Canada and Mexico, and now 145% on China, we've now are in a position where the whole market is in a position where it's in a really, really bad shape.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was excited to come on the pod today to really share to all the Cathys that, one, through group chat, so thank you guys, like through learning through these business models, we've been able to have a zero tariff proof business that is more efficient, that is lower prices. We reduced our pricing by 40%.
Right.
By having a more efficient model, and we have a high quality shoe that's more comfortable and sustainable. And so this is the unlock, which is why it's so special.
So one of the things that like basically people on social media or the news who've never made anything, whoever never been a founder, never been an entrepreneur, what happens in a market where I actually don't believe the tariffs will stay at 145%. I do think they'll be higher than they were 2 months ago. If you force a market to pay a higher price, they become more efficient. They find a solution on how to become more efficient. And part of that is it may be, so like Steve's shoes are injection mold. How do you explain to someone listening what injection mold is?
So injection molding is using engineering to manufacture. And so a single pellet is put into the shoes. And then from there, the shoe is made in less than 10 minutes by using technology or techno manufacturing. And so we looked at the efficiency in terms of manufacturing versus, so this is modern technology in terms of manufacturing versus traditional manufacturing.
Yeah.
That could take 65 parts to make a shoe. We do it with one.
Yeah.
And so we looked at a single input, single process, single piece injection molding, the way that they make toys or the way that we make Legos, these type of parts. And so you use technology to manufacture so you could do it in a more efficient way and a more sustainable way.
So like when you think about footwear, which is a very expensive thing to make domestically, what happens if there's a 145% tariff and the only types of shoes that can be made domestically are injection mold at a cost efficient price?
Right.
Brands will adapt, right? Like there are Nike's making injection mold. Do you know who actually started making injection mold cool? Kanye. Yeezy Slide, made in USA. Foam Runner, made in USA. All injection mold. And so you look at like what can be done. Maybe we're all wearing injection mold footwear in the next 5 years because.
But how can you scale it? So Nike obviously sells millions of sneakers.
You could make millions of sneakers used in injection mold. It's just they can't make Jordans as they look today. They would have to change the way they have to change the materials, change the design, and that's how you adapt. If Nike says, no, Jordans are the Jordans and we're not going to change. Like Crocs could 100% made in USA.
Right.
It can, right?
Yeah, and that's 150 million pairs of shoes.
Just on Crocs.
Just on Crocs.
In America.
No. Right now,
globally?
50% of their business is all done international, mostly in Asia. And then a percentage of their business is done now through other countries. But what I think what Dee is alluding to is like, and what I saw in the industry is that you have to change with the times. And so we went from wearing really, really, really bad, like if you think of just like 100 years ago, right? What were shoes then? You were made with what was capable of making a shoe, right? And then from there, it evolved into technology. And then now when I look at it, when I look at the global supply chains and I look at how hard it is to make a product, and I also look at consumer behavior changing, right? So like all of our kids, they grew up with Crocs. They grew up with an injected molded shoe. So they know that that's regular for them because they grew up with it. And so if I look at Generation Alpha, which is what Grayson is, you know, the company's named after my son. If I look at, this is a Generation Alpha inspired company. And if I look at how to future-proof the business 10 years from now, I had to create a company that was relevant and being able to be efficient and agile to manufacture today for the future. If I try to make now a hand-sewn welted shoe that's made by leather, and I have to import all these parts around the world with global supply chains, with inflation, with the fact that now shipping costs are higher, how do you expect to have an affordable product? You have to change the model and the supply chain to be able to produce in today's world and for the future.
So injected mold, you came to the epiphany pre-tariffs.
Correct.
That is the only way you can have a sustainable product.
Correct. I looked at global, local through injection molding. Yes. I said that is
not only sustainable, made in, because even before pre-tariffs, he was obsessed with made in USA. And if you were to look at a pair of Nike shoes, think about all the different materials the entire shoe is made out of. And you have to source all the materials.
Yep.
You have to source, then you have to embroider, then you have to, the outsole. There's just, it's such a complicated shoe.
You need multiple machines and sometimes 65 to 70 parts. It is a nightmare. And I was in the weeds of that, right? And so I saw that, but then I also saw from a sustainability standpoint, look at all the lack of efficiency, all those trucks. So you got all of those shipments coming from around the world to then make a product, to then ship it 7,000 miles to get it here. And then you have to import it, then pay taxes. This is prior to tariffs, right?
Right.
This is just where the world is today.
Right.
It is bonkers what we're doing. And I said, no, you cannot manufacture away in that way and actually think that it's sustainable.
Right.
And you think you could scale?
Well, right now we could produce millions and millions of pairs.
Yeah.
We can get to the point where this is, 150 million pairs made in USA.
Wow. And you have a launch, right?
Yeah. So that's what we're here excited about, and to thank the Cathys.
Yeah. And so talk about the launch.
Yeah. So today, this is Earth Month. And so this is really special for us, and we couldn't be here without the Cathys. So Cathys have pre-ordered the shoes, helped us bring this product to market, pay for the infrastructure and the molds to get here. And so I just want to say thank you. And so we are launching the first non-SIP certified shoes that are made out of algae, 100% made, assembled, and sourced in the United States with biodegradable seaweed packaging, with a product that is carbon negative by the first year. And it's this new model, what we call a new system of manufacturing for America that we've created and brought to the market. And so I'm just super, super excited. This is the shoe that's made out of recycled speckles and algae. The shoe has no glues, no PFAs,
Great.
able to be recycled. The entire shoe is made in less than 10 minutes with near zero water waste.
And you get it to Leo.
Yeah.
He's a big carbon guy.
Right.
Big carbon neutral guy.
And this is actually... this is this packaging. So we're the first company in the world to bring this together.
Oh yeah, it looks great.
This is made out of seaweed.
No, the packaging's seaweed. Wow. No, that's
so
awesome.
bad.
Congratulations.
That's incredible. And I think I was thinking about it for your business drama. you can make your game here.
I can. Very expensive. Very expensive, very bad quality.
Really? Yeah. From a paper standpoint?
It's China.
China. It's for whatever reason, just the labor of it, and I've tried for years to find a good US vendor.
Yeah.
And they're all way unmanageably more expensive and hard to get the quality right.
Interesting.
Tried so many.
I think that's going to change.
And we've tried it for years because we have a couple different vendors in different countries just in case something like this happened. And we always wanted, I think it was ever since COVID, just the way that, just if we could have a US vendor, it would be really good just to have, even if it was like $1 more.
Yeah.
But 3 years of trying to do it, we haven't found anything competitive.
Well,
pricing wise. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's really hard.
What's the promo you got for us, Steve?
Yeah, so for all the catties, thank you so much. We're doing 50% off.
Okay.
This is a BOGO, buy one, get one free. The way that you claim this is that you go onto rei.com, just like we did before. You purchase a shoe on rei.com, and then you send us that receipt on Aless Gray's Instagram, and then you can pick out a new shoe, and we'll send that to you for free. And
Amazing.
So you buy the shoe on rei.com for $59.95.
Nice.
And then we'll send you a free shoe. So it's like you're getting two shoes for $60. Gray? And you DM us directly at alessgray.com.
Okay.
ALESGREY on our Instagram. So at Aless Gray. And then we'll send you a free pair. You can pick out your second pair.
Amazing.
That's
Amazing.
great.
And I want to give Sneaker Steve flowers because if anyone was in streetwear in the last 20 years, everyone knows him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Every single person knows.
Well, also let me throw some additional flowers. I met Sneaker Steve because when I first moved here, and I was around Rob a lot, he was like the guy. Were you at DC at the time?
Yeah.
So
the global director of DC Shoes.
Right. So when Rob and Big started, Rob obviously knew that he was about to get all of this marketing, and so he was really working on different shoes. I think there was a moment where Rob was trying to design a bunch of different shoes to have at Journeys and Tilly's and all that stuff, and Steve would come over to the house even in those days, when I'm 18 or 19, because he was the guy at DC. So even before that streetwear run, that was crazy.
No, I've known Steve, I don't know,
15 years,
at least 15 years.
Yeah, that was.
There's a reason his name is Sneaker Steve.
He earned his stripes.
And I think the interesting thing is obviously there's a lot of young people who are in the sneaker business, but they're in the Alibaba sneaker business. They've never been to the factories,
right?
Source the leathers, source the outsoles in Italy, we've done that.
Yeah.
We've all done that for a very long time. And it's a very different muscle that people who go on Alibaba with their AI fucking rendering and send it and someone totally just makes it. Yeah. It's such a different, the appreciation. And I think when you watch these old school footwear designers talk about designing shoes, 'cause it was so fucking hard.
Yeah.
There's their passion you see through it. When you hear Tinker Hatfield talking about designing, Jordans, it's you see it because it was impossible what they were doing at that time in terms of footwear. So it's very exciting. I think the big news is really around the tariffs. You don't have to worry about that because
how pumped are you about this?
Oh my God, we're tariff proof.
That's amazing.
We are 100% tariff proof.
Of all the people I've talked to, I haven't talked to one person who's fuck yeah, this is a competitive advantage.
Yeah. It's terrible.
Yeah. I mean,
it's terrible.
The influx of people coming to us, reaching out to me, the level of people that are reaching out to me because we've created this business model is amazing. And to me, I get really happy because one, how powerful this is for our company, but two, that we've proven it. And so when you have now people looking at it, that it is possible, right? Most companies tell you, well, if I make it overseas, it's too expensive. If I try to then ship a company and manufacture here in the United States, I can't do it.
Right.
Or if I need a material, then I'm going to have to source from international. So I can't do it.
Right.
By the way, his shoes are $59.99.
Yeah.
Crocs are 50.
Right.
55.
Well, this category, they're 65.
They're 65.
We have the best product in the world because we wouldn't try to make a shoe. We wanted to get out there and make the best shoe in this category. So a shoe like this with an injected molded insole, which is what we have done here, where it's great for work. So this is non-SIP certified shoe. It's great for the outdoors and it's great for recovery, right? At $59.95 and you get a free pair of insoles has never been done at this quality level.
Right.
And now 100% made in USA quality.
Where are Crocs made?
Mostly more than 50% in Asia.
By children.
Yeah.
Labor camps.
Yeah, labor camps.
The Uyghurs are making them.
Yeah. That's great. Good job, Steve. And congrats on just timing, you know?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
No, I think you're about to hit boom time.
Yeah.
Shout out to Trump, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Big.
mean,
Should we
Trump hooked
Yeah, I
it
mean,
up.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, shout out to Trump. So what do you got to say on it?
no, shout out to Steve, not Trump.
Well, I mean, he gave a big competitive advantage here.
No, I'm
Trump is
happy.
helping small businesses all over America.
Yeah, look at that.
It's helping Steve.
The
for
plan
sure.
is working.
Yes.
Where are we going?
Where are we going? I mean, we
Okay,
got
so
15 different roads to choose here.
So there's couple
There's
ways.
so many things that we can talk about.
So there's a couple things.
That happened
Obviously,
over the weekend.
Over the last week, tariffs were placed. Then there was a pause on many countries except one.
Yep.
So, which let the market rip for a day or two, and then now we're kind of understanding potentially what a China tariff would look like. China came out over the weekend and said, U.S. should be very cautious.
Yeah.
We don't want things to get out of hand.
Rational voices.
Yeah, rational voices.
Right.
My guess is the people put Trump and Xi aside. The economic advisors in China, the economic advisors of U.S. are shitting bricks.
I mean, everyone must be shitting.
I think Trump and Xi do not give a fuck.
Right.
So
but even like all the people,
their-
everyone was at the UFC fight.
Yeah, great
The
time. by the
entire
way.
White House was at the UFC fight.
Yeah, everyone was at. So I think a few things happened over the last week that made. So I think there's so many things that you could point to. One, no one understands what the White House wants to do, including their own senior officials.
That's fair. I agree with that.
Second, the bond market was crippling, which is more impactful for the American economy than the stock market.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Stock market going down and up. Like if you're levered, then you're fucked. If you're not, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
But the bond market was the really big thing that happened this past week. So one of my childhood friends works at a big credit fund, or he works at a big hedge fund, and he's the credit guy. And he said on Monday, it was whatever kind of treasury prices were plus 250 basis points.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Tuesday, it hit 500 basis points.
Mm-hmm.
So the price of
A lot of demand.
debt, the price of debt doubled.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So corporate America can't fund their businesses when their price of debt doubles.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was coming to a crippling place.
Mm-hmm.
And the bond market is what basically led them to start leaking all the stuff on Wednesday morning.
Right.
Because all the CEOs were reaching out to the administration, which has obviously all been reported, that they're like, you can't do this.
Right.
And
But the problem is I'm actually shocked the market even rallied because the only tariff that matters is China.
well, I think the market rallied because they just want some sensible indication.
So it looks like the rest of the world, I think, will all get negotiated and be done.
But the problem with the market is the bond market specifically, it's still the 10 years rising right now
I know,
as
but
we
the
speak.
S&P's up too.
Marginally.
It's still not
the
down.
NASDAQ's up big right now.
Yeah, that's my point. It's like it does none of this make sense because the stock market
Because the
keeps-
U.S.
it's
economy is actually strong.
booming.
The U.S. economy is strong.
Inflation is
Unemployment's
down.
low. Inflation's
Inflation's going
down.
down.
And
eggs are giving. They're giving eggs away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, eggs are back.
McDonald's said they're down because of inflation.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
McDonald's.
that's their lagging. They're a lagging indicator.
But the point is, the uncertainty is what's causing everyone to go crazy.
Yeah.
Because the fundamental economy is fine. And the real issue with their whole plan and why they're so flawed is no one wants the jobs that they want to bring into America, which is what happened over the weekend. That they said semiconductors, smartphones, computers stay in China. But then Letnick comes Sunday morning saying the opposite. Who's going to be in the factories?
The factories, Foxconn factories are not Chinese people. They're robotics. They just are. They're not fucking people anymore.
My point is they're not coming to America.
But the robots?
And you don't even need them because unemployment's low in America. We're creating a problem that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
he says jobs need to come back to America. There's plentiful jobs.
Well, it's so I don't think if you look at it from a pure like black and white standpoint, the point is that jobs should come back. That's the only point. There's a lot of reasons why manufacturing should come back to America. One, in a few categories,
security risk. That's the only thing.
I mean, like, I don't feel good that my toothpaste is made in fucking Hangzhou.
Yeah, but even worse, what if you were like on medicine that you relied on?
I know. So if you look at pharmaceutical,
yeah,
a lot of CPG is scary. A lot of CPG.
Isn't there even some like defense issues?
For sure, because a lot of parts are still made outside of this
or
country.
chips or
I think pretty much everything is going to get rolled back for now. We'll see what happens, except textiles and toys. That's what I've seen.
I mean, you think CPG? I don't think CPG is being addressed yet. A lot of candy, a lot of products are still made in China. Like, I don't think they're talking about that. The things they're talking about are semiconductors, chips, is because those companies obviously have the clearest line to the president right now because they've been very supportive of the president. Fucking toy company they don't got the bucks.
Right.
Like, you know, no one cares about Snow White.
Right. Specifically.
They don't care about it.
Especially this White House.
Yeah, my daughter does.
Right.
So, but like Disney is not a relevant company in America compared to
anymore.
Google and Nvidia. You know, Jensen's on the phone with Trump and saying, "You're fucking helping my ass." Because by the way, Nvidia is the number 2 stock in every fucking retiree's portfolio because they're the second biggest company in the S&P 500. So I think like the people that have the line to the White House are the Apples, the Nvidias, the Googles, the Microsofts, the people that have the influence.
I think the problem is how chaotic the rollout was.
It's
That's
chaotic.
definitely a problem.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And
We can all agree on
that's
that.
what even within Republicans, Ken Griffin, Larry Fink, Steve Cohen, all Republicans that donated to Trump, they're all just like, this is crazy.
Well, I think, look, if you're talking about...
You know whose opinion I do not give a fuck about? Bill Ackman.
Well, Carl Icahn went after him.
Did he?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
Carl Icahn, who is...
He said if he's crying...
Is a hedge fund billionaire worth... I mean, I don't know if he's worth 50 or 100 billion.
But he's the only person who kicked his ass on Herbalife.
Yeah.
He said anything Carl Icahn or anything Bill Ackman tweets, do the opposite.
Yeah. Which makes sense because he was the one during COVID...
He did the
begging.
opposite. He said the one thing and did the opposite.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Bill Ackman's still worth like 10 billion.
yeah, that's fine. But I those people are self-serving.
No, of course.
He's down 14% for the year. 14 worse. He's double worse than the S&P 500. Yeah. I mean, what was he not what? Does he not watch sports? Nobody wears Nike.
He doesn't.
Who wears Nike? By the way,
Rory does.
And by the
Rory's
way,
back.
not only did Rory wear Nike, the commercial sucked a big fat dick.
I saw the commercial on the way over.
They had a commercial
it was really
for Rory?
bad.
Yes, it was
really
literally
bad.
Really?
Honestly,
It played during the Masters?
No, right after.
They
had
did
it lined
social
up.
media, whatever. I was like, everyone's like goosebumps. I'm like, this gave you goosebumps? We have lost our way if this Rory McIlroy commercial.
Can you give me like
fucking horrible.
Can you give me like a Cliff Note recap?
It's
It's just bad.
Okay, fair. And
It's a bad commercial.
It has no goosebumps. I have no goose. I have no bumps. I literally hate the guy because of the commercial.
Everyone hated him before.
Now I hate his guts.
It's true. Yeah.
Because that's the only good commercial you could come out of. So yeah, tariff the shit out of Nike. They deserve it.
Yeah, they should just
Terrible.
keep the tariffs with Nike.
But yeah, I think this week the
all right. So I think all the tech products ultimately don't get tariffed. So then it's
I don't think they get away scot-free. They get 20%. Everyone's getting 20.
So what's an iPhone? $2,000?
1,000 baseline.
So it'll be 1,200.
No, it's not a tariff on the retail price. Okay, look, and if iPhone cost $400 to make, it's now going to go to $480. So maybe the cost will go to $1,100. Like it's not going.
Apple's ripping in after hours right now.
Like a lot of retailers that I know of, I'm going to purposely be cryptic here, are like scheduling meetings to discuss with all of their vendors what their increases are going
for next year, though. Are they accepting price increases this year? Like if you went to your biggest customer, and you said, "I need $1 more," are they giving you $1? They're telling you to fuck off.
No. What it is like we want to increase our retail, and then they'll give you $1 because.
What would you do? Would you take the risk of increasing the retail?
Yeah.
If you got hit, or do you wait till
so
next year?
So it's not even what would I do? I mean, the calls are this week. As of now,
what would you do?
Not do anything.
You're not doing anything.
No, I'll eat
because you believe in America.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. I would.
So
I'll
you're
eat it temporarily.
You're gonna eat the margin.
Because for now, if it was forever, I might have to rethink it. But for now, I think that I would rather weather the short-term storm.
So given that, right?
Yep.
So if you're eating a margin, it's 10%, whatever the number is.
Yep.
Are you gonna?
Yes.
Manage your business differently.
Yes.
You cut 10% somewhere else.
Yep. But I also think it's a competitive advantage because I think that being that I'm smaller and more agile and I can make that change really easily. Like even if you had to cut head count, like 10%, let's just say, of my head count isn't 300 people like some of these bigger companies. So I think that it's a little bit of a competitive advantage to keep price while maybe some other people are going to have to raise and I end up in a better situation.
What would make you change price?
Just big enough for long enough, big enough tariffs for too long, where it just literally doesn't make sense. I can't figure out how to structure the business to make sense.
So what's your view on this? Because we had to do this exercise in 5/4/2009.
Mm-hmm.
It was basically everyone cut their salary by 10%.
Yeah.
And fewer people, no one gets laid off.
Yeah.
Or just lay off people.
Well, you know what the difference is? The business is still good right now. So 2009, there was no business.
Yeah.
No one's buying anything, right? Like,
but we had a conversation with the entire staff. It wasn't that big.
Yeah.
But we said, hey, everyone leave at 11 a.m. or noon on Friday, and you're getting 10%, but everyone keeps their jobs.
It was very dire. 2009 was very dire. We're not there yet.
Right.
We may get there, but we're not at the point where the American consumer has stopped spending. 2009, when you look at like the comparisons from the year before to what Americans were spending, you're talking double-digit dips in every major retailer. It was a bloodbath. You had people losing their homes. You had people who couldn't, it's interesting because I interview people all day for jobs, and I've, heard how, because now these people who are like 8 years old during that time are, working for us. And they were talking about, my parents lost their job. We lost our home.
Yep.
Right.
Like it was a very traumatic time in America. We are not there today.
No, we're not.
Right. We're nowhere near that, right? Like, if you look on TikTok, the big story is Chinese factories exposing brands and how much they make shit for.
I mean, the big story for me on TikTok is Justin Bieber and Kid Laroi at the Yeet show at Coachella.
You have a different algorithm.
And that just tells you America's crystal clear fine.
And his represents the majority of America's
Yes,
algorithm.
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, like Yeet, That's it. It's like very simple.
Yeah.
I was happy to see him
Let's
dancing.
eat it.
Yeah.
So I think my feed was Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
What's
that
the news?
They were
No,
just
like
vibing.
very handsy.
handsy. Yeah.
At Coachella?
Yeah.
Mine was all the Chinese factories.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it's also important not to get fooled by a lot of these news stories. I think the majority of people's TikToks still are Kylie Jenner and Yeet.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure there's some videos going viral and there's a lot of people getting Steve's algorithm enough to probably have millions of views, but I just
The real
I think we're still in the like
too
this
early
could
still.
pass.
We're very too early, but I also do believe that the IP infringement that China is not going to pay attention to,
Right.
and they're just going to sell whatever they make because they have the blueprint for everything to
I
every
just gotta
country.
say-
Not America,
Yeah.
but Europe, Asia, Africa, China.
The thing that's like, I guess the no shit complaint that I just have to say is it's so annoying that for a country that openly states that, that they want to rule the world, we have put so much in their hands. It's why we made ourselves so vulnerable.
Yeah.
We're like number one economy. We fucking create everything, culture, design, fucking IP, all of it. And we just handed it to them to where that's the only reason they have any leverage in this thing. Oh, it's not because really, I don't think, of just the manufacturing. It's the IP and the pharmaceuticals and all the other shit. We gave them so much.
DeepSeek, they didn't create the fucking OpenAI. We did.
Right.
And they just did it. The most
But we handed it all to them.
Perfect example of China is during the last Olympics, where the young woman, Chinese woman who wins second or third, and she sees everyone else biting the medal, and she's like, all right, I'll bite the fucking medal too.
Right.
Because they don't have the creativity of the rest of the world. Right. By the way, they don't have the ingenuity of America. So even BYD, while they've made...
I mean, even if you think about pop culture, it's Korea.
Yeah.
It's not China.
No, everything.
Just handed it.
Yeah.
Like we literally built up their entire economy, handed them all of our blueprints and said like, we're good, right?
My only request out of this administration is that I want movies back with known foreign enemies.
Oh yeah, right.
No more this fucking,
we need an executive order.
I want to hear the country's fucking name who were fighting in the movie.
I actually don't mind that.
But it's only, who do we exclude? Because we do plenty of like Russia and...
No, it's all, we do only Russia. That's it.
Or like, who's
China.
Liam Neeson? Who is Liam Neeson after in
Albanians?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was a long time ago. That was like 15 years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude.
So it's only Russia.
It's really only Russia.
And China.
We won't go after any
country. But no, we
countries
don't say China.
Yeah.
But we'll say Russia or, we'll say Albania.
I want country names in movies who we're going after.
I agree. And also, I just want to say...
Executive order, because I do like the shower pressure. Great executive order.
Yes.
My shower is like a dripping fucking faucet.
It's terrible.
It's insane. I look at this thing and I'm like... And then I go to like a random hotel and like I'm in Dallas on Tuesday.
Ugh,
I can't
Texas
wait till
pressure.
that fucking shower pressure. It's gonna be hitting me like a
layer of skin off.
Did you see Portnoy tell Trump at UFC? He's like, "Thank you for the shower."
That's
pressure.
what he said.
Yeah,
I saw him laugh. I saw him say something, and then Trump laughed. That's funny.
I mean, you know how stupid that is, but it's important.
Yeah, let's make Chinese bad guys in movies again.
Yeah.
Get some good water pressure.
Yeah. I'm saying all bad guys. I want it to be equal across countries.
Oh, you want to spread it out?
and including Americans.
Yeah. If you're the bad guy, you're the bad guy.
Well, there's a lot of American bad guys.
We know plenty.
I know, but like,
no, I mean,
what I'm saying is like in movies.
I mean, in movies, there's plenty.
But we won't portray certain groups of people as fucking villains.
Why did we just hand them our fucking... What are we doing?
It's so stupid.
Yeah. Drama on that side, like on the intellectual property side,
Right.
it's crazy. I mean, if you look, Dee talked about Anta a couple of days ago, right? So you have all of our technology, all of our innovation, our best minds, right? You're manufacturing it there. All of everything, our blueprints, all our intellectual property is there. And what happens? They service that. they service it to their own companies, and they don't buy our companies.
But by the way, if you really want to see it live, Eric Lee, who listens to the podcast, is a good friend now. He has a company called Superline, huge Instagram account, TikTok account, and he basically interviews Chinese manufacturers all day.
Yeah.
And they're literally showing you the mold of a bag, a shoe, or whatever. And he goes, what's the MOQ? And he's like, they're like, 50. And then you could literally make any brand, any shoe, any bag, any t-shirt of a known brand, copy it instantly. They've made it.
But am I arrogant to think that we essentially helped them build their entire economy? I mean, they were a non-existent.
So like if you, the old school New York garment industry, it's called the schmata business. All of these old school guys I've become very close with over the last decade. I'm very close with them now, and I spend a ton of time with them in New York. They all were in Hong Kong in the 70s and 80s, basically trying to understand how to manufacture products like Li and Feng and all these companies. And they ended up training because the labor force was cheap. They were willing to make the investments. The country was willing to make the investments, and they went and made everything there, right? And it was a lot of Americans that went to those countries and trained all these people.
I just don't get like why we've spent decades. We've talked about this a little bit on the pod. It's the only reason I'm bringing it up. But like having all these little wars and CIA things and regime changes and like all that stuff. Meanwhile, building up our biggest enemy.
Yeah.
A big part of that too is the infrastructure. So what gets paid for those factories, for that manufacturing, for all that is all paid by China.
Right.
And so, for example, like I had a factory where the gentleman, he grew up literally didn't even have rice to eat, but now he owns a factory because it's all subsidized by the government.
Right.
The difference is here now, like let's say we wanted to open up a factory.
Yeah.
Where's the money from? You have to go raise the money to go get it. If it was actually paid for and the infrastructure was paid for here, then we can build it. And I think that's the shift that's happening now. What I'm seeing with the government is that now they're saying, okay, look, we actually have to invest into the infrastructure so that we can build it here. Because if not, we have 90 to 99% of all goods there and we're giving them an upper hand. That's the problem.
So what else strategic? Like, what do we think? Like, is there any reasonable reason why we would do that?
No, the biggest.
We thought it would just be all good.
No, the biggest fallacy is of all the arguments you're going to hear, trade deficits are actually good for Americans because you get cheaper goods. And the trade-off is, so, my same hedge fund friend was said on Sunday's pod, you weren't there, right? He was like, drama has great intuition, but I want to explain something to him.
Yeah.
He's like, this is the trade-off. We have to give to make sure Americans consume cheaper.
We have to give the deficit. But isn't it just two theories that both could equally be true? One is cheaper so that they consume more, but less jobs. The other
we don't have high unemployment.
I know, but isn't it kind of this thing of like
and he actually gave you a lot of credit. He's like,
thank you, smart hedge fund friend.
He listens.
This is an Ohio high school education here speaking. But I
think it's the 200 books you read.
Right, maybe that. But I guess what I'm saying is like, isn't it a poor long-term plan?
Yes.
Like instead of building up your own country where everyone starts to make a little bit more money and then they can afford more expensive things because it's a long-term plan versus make it cheaper and cheaper and sort of degrade and like feed everyone McDonald's, give them less things, just keep them consuming. Like I feel like our entire economy is set up so that people are just essentially working to pay off debt. And now even more and more, like your burrito's debt, your Coachella trip is debt. It's literally like you're almost a slave to pay off your debt, and you're always paying off your debt. And we are almost, I don't want to get too conspiratorial, but like creating an economy that just puts all of our workers into constant debt to just keep consuming. Like we're looking at them as consumers instead of trying to build them up as factory owners, managers, things. And it's starting to show.
That's a wage increase thing, right? So the reason why the Coachella kid can't pay off his ticket
It's
today.
inflation.
Well, here's what I'm talking about more. You know how there's like a
Inflation
very
first.
valid complaint that like I don't believe that the American dream is dead, but that the path to get a house and a whatever is
That's
kind of
dead.
dead. Right. Isn't that the sign of a bad machine that you built?
So here's a bigger problem.
I hear your friend, and I think that he's right that that's how the system we have created is designed to work. But I think that the argument is that the system fundamentally doesn't have a good ending.
So the clearest example of what happened with America giving away its manufacturing base over the last 40 years is about to happen in like 5 years because of AI. And so what we're going to see in the next 5 years is massive job displacement in many of middle and upper income Americans. In fact, lower income Americans actually might benefit because those will become skilled jobs that are needed because AI and robotics can't replace it yet. And so we live in this weird time where whatever happened over the last 40 years on the manufacturing base is about to have in the information base, which is a lot of people, right? You're talking across accounting, legal, engineering, middle management, just a lot of industries where AI is just going to basically rip a fucking hole in most jobs in America.
Yeah, I think knowledge-based jobs are at risk.
Yeah, and so the difference is this time around, the way that we have to think about it is we have to simultaneously, like somebody in 1990 was sitting around being like, oh, we're fucked. We're going to destroy Cleveland, Detroit, Chicago, Milwaukee. We're going to destroy heartland of America. Someone saw it, there's no doubt, and made the bet that that was better for America. And they said, that's fine.
But I don't,
and they gutted America.
But
I'm not saying it's
I just have to add real quick. I don't think anyone would look at that and say that's better for America. I think it was better for a few people.
So I'm just saying when they made the decision to go all in on China, right? Like all the presidents, all the policies, you know, whether all
that was better for CEOs of certain owners of businesses.
No, but why is unemployment so low?
This is why.
So like if you're in Ohio, you can get a job.
You're in Ohio, you can get a job.
I mean, we're at sub 4%.
I know, but I think that's a wrong statement.
The reason I don't. So this is just this.
You still want the job that is available.
No, I don't know. I don't know if it's available.
Something that I would love to ask is like, how exactly is that number calculated, and how many people are not?
People left the workforce.
In the workforce.
Millions, tens of millions of people have left the workforce.
Unemployment. This is where I'm really ignorant. Is unemployment based on the amount of like healthy Americans versus who has jobs, or is it who's on unemployment?
I think if after 12 months, you're like off the list.
Right. So I think that list is a little bit of a farce. The way that it's calculated, I don't think is totally accurate to what we are saying, which is
there's a reason why Trump won.
Like able-bodied Americans
everyone
with
said
jobs.
It was a record high stock market, low unemployment. If that was the case, Harris should have won.
I think she was just a bad candidate.
I know, but like you don't change party unless there was economic distress.
I think he's very charismatic and charming.
But wouldn't you agree that there's a general tone in the country of like people that are just left behind and forgotten about, and there's no hope or no upward mobility for?
No, I agree with that, but I don't know why they aren't taking the jobs that are.
I don't think they're there.
The thing that makes sense to me if I try to figure that out is because the unemployment number is not healthy, able-bodied Americans with jobs. What's the percentage? It's who's in the workforce and who you can be out of that pool.
So if you're saying if you're a 45-year-old person in Ohio, you just don't want to take the job?
No, after a year.
Here's the big question that I don't know if we know. How is the unemployment number calculated?
Yeah, I don't know.
So that is the fact that we don't know that. We can't even argue it because it's not just healthy people with job or not. It's unemployment or looking or.
You know the thing, I actually thought about this a lot because we're in LA and we've been in clothing for 20 years now. every employee, sewer, on the assembly line, on the screen print line, are not, they're illegal.
Yeah.
And Americans don't want those jobs.
Maybe in
We've been to all these facilities. I know D and I
I'm
have.
not disagreeing with you. I'm just trying to think of like what's my opinion.
Like, it's not like a white guy from Chatsworth wants that job.
Josh, do you have an answer for us?
It says the number is created by dividing the number of unemployed individuals by the total number of people in the labor force and then multiplying by 100 to express a percentage.
So then just say how do they determine who's in the labor force?
How do they calculate unemployed? Isn't that people on unemployment? Like, that's not the citizenry of the country.
Yeah.
I think those numbers are fucking shenanigans, man.
Yeah.
I think it's a political, like, I think everyone has a, or people just, maybe it's not political, but like people can take themselves out of the workforce.
But I don't think a white kid that graduated from a Valley High School wants to go sew.
No, but I think that you're talking about a pretty niche look at the economy. Like, when I look at middle America,
that kid would rather stay at home with their parents than go sew from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m.
But once again, you and I, we have different, the big perspective that isn't just my perspective, everyone knows this perspective, and it is the Trump, a heavy part of the Trump momentum, is the middle America, forgotten, no hope or no future, can't get a house, addicted to opioids because there's no hope. Like, that's a very common, well-known American narrative. And I have seen personally some of that, but I've seen, like I told in the story in the last pod, that when Amazon opens a factory or when whatever, or a distribution center, people get genuinely really, really, really excited. It's a potential career path. You could potentially be a driver. You could potentially then maybe work on the line. You could then maybe be, it's a path.
It's hope.
And it's hope. And I think just looking at the unemployment number, which we don't even know how it's calculated, which is kind of crazy, doesn't answer the question of why then that's such a common American story. Yeah. And I don't think it's as easy as like, oh, because you guys don't want to fucking sew. I don't think it's that. I think there's a story here that's what?
So it says to be considered unemployed, people have to look for a job within the last 4 weeks.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's easy.
Well, for fuck's sake, that number means nothing.
No, it's longer.
People waiting to start a job must have actively looked for a job within the last 4 weeks.
It's the benefit of the U.S. government to say a low unemployment rate.
If that's the case, that number means nothing.
That's why Trump won. It's because people are unemployed. People do not have money. People cannot do things that they want to do.
Yeah, but I don't think he's doing anything for them.
That's fine. That's different. I'm just saying Biden did nothing. It was all bullshit. I'm just saying
it's everyone campaigns on what you can kind of get the crowd going.
No, but fuck the politics of it all. I just think the point here.
So hold on. Talk to your cousins and report back if they can't get a job.
I will, but I know some of their stories.
Your dad's here this week.
My dad's here this week. We'll ask him.
Great.
He'll come on the pod.
Great. Is he coming Wednesday?
He comes tomorrow, but for 10 days.
Yeah. Great.
So they'll answer. But I know a lot of my cousins' stories. And what I'm telling you is they are doing like insulation in houses all day in the burning heat, probably getting fucking asbestos and all this shit.
I think that's honestly the best job.
What do you mean?
Like I think about like if you're a roofer, you're irreplaceable.
No, but I just got to tell you, because I know them very personally. I talk to them all the time. That's a very like LA perspective. They are not happy. They are having a really hard time. It just feels like the only thing available to them. And if you offered them a job as an Amazon driver with an Amazon truck and a nice button up, and you're not fucking taking years off of your life, they would take that in a second. But there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. And then there's a lot of that person supporting their mom and dad and sister because they don't have jobs. And none of those people are showing up on the unemployment list. And so that is why there's such a wild passion to say, oh, you might actually bring a Toyota factory back here or a something where I could potentially have a career path instead of fending for myself and taking years off my life, putting fucking, whatever in people's houses. It's not, that is the sentiment. I'm not saying Trump's going to fix it. I'm not saying any of that shit. I'm just saying that is what the picture looks like. And if that answer is even kind of right, which I think is probably in the ballpark, I mean, Josh just looked a lot, the unemployment number then means literally nothing for a data point.
Okay. So I think the problem with what the policies are that we've seen in the last 12 days is that Main Street gets left further behind and wealthy people get.
But I don't think
not necessarily. If they actually bring manufacturing back, they have no choice.
The thing Bessent said, is he Commerce Secretary?
Bessent? Treasury.
No, Lutnick's Treasury.
No, Lutnick's Commerce.
Okay, so vice versa. He said this isn't policy for Mag 7, it's for MAGA.
Yeah, it's Bessent. And
he's wrong because they just exempted all tech.
Yeah, but that's only one part of the
that's Mag
manufacturing.
7. So Mag 7's ripping. Apple's up 7% right now.
I know.
In after hours.
Here's my question though on it. I just feel, as your friend, I feel that you're a little like playing your side politically here, right? And I just have a question.
I don't think so.
Maybe you're not, but that's how it feels. I feel like you're looking for like, yeah, but he's going to fuck. Here's my question. And I actually got a couple DMs about this. I thought I saved them, but I didn't. So shout out to everyone who wrote me. But like, if you're that person that I explained doing insulation all day, and you see that Apple's doing a $500 million investment and this person's doing a whatever, and Toyota's going to move a factory, how does that not at least seem like a positive step?
No, I hope they do.
Right. So, but then if they do, which is possible, you're admitting that they might.
They might.
That is direct result of this.
No.
Why?
Of course, it's forced everyone's hand.
Yeah, but they're actually not building anything.
Says who?
Well, they're exempting all the tariffs.
No.
What do you mean?
The whole weekend was exempting semiconductors, computers.
But that's one part of the manufacturing base. That's not all of it.
They said they're bringing iPhones back to America.
And by the way, I bet you Apple still makes an investment because Apple does not want to pay 20% tariffs. They don't want to pay 30% tariffs. They're still paying tariffs at the end of the day.
Also, my question is like, so other than you saying they're just lying, all of these people have said they're going to be investing in manufacturing here.
They've been lying all week.
But
anyway, you're saying all of the companies, everyone's just lying? It's all a farce?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I can't argue that because maybe, I mean, we'll see. But that's when you ask.
Tell me an Apple factory that's been built.
Honey, it's been a week.
A week.
The fuck?
It's been 8 days.
So you guys think that all the tariffs should...
No, I'm
think
telling
Apple wants to make phones here?
They may not have a choice.
I think that when you're saying, this is what I'm asking you. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm saying when you say like there's nothing Trump's going to do for that guy's going to get left behind. I'm asking you like if in direct result to all of this, these people are saying that they're going to build factories here and therefore the Trump voter is saying, see, like most of my DMs said, this shit sucks, but you know what? If it means it'll be better in 3 or 4 years, we're willing to wait it out because nobody has talked to us in the last decade. So if I'm that person, other than the answer of Apple and everyone is lying, isn't there a potential that
Apple is spending $500 billion in building manufacturing base in America in the next 4 years?
Let's see.
So other than everyone lying, that is the path.
Let's see.
That was part of the deal. I guarantee you.
Where do they spend it?
I guarantee you this is the deal. That what happened. I'll fucking exclude you, Timmy Apple. You'll get excluded. You better start building factories. And because Tim Apple probably said, I need 5 years. In 5 years, I can build you an iPhone in America. Fine. I'll exclude you for 5 years.
Right.
Go ahead. Build a goddamn factory.
We'll see.
All that I ask is if, and I don't like even the way I'm going to come off here because I'm going to sound really Trumpy. If that happens and there's like a new Toyota factory, an Apple factory just opened up, there's a couple things. Would you acknowledge that it did at least somebody looked out for that voter. That voter
If
got
in those communities, if unemployment went up. Sure.
fair. Even though that number is fucking bullshit. I can't believe that number is. Can't believe we use that goddamn number.
Anyone
number's complete bullshit.
can get a job at any restaurant in Los Angeles at $25 an hour.
I know, but
anyone.
you're talking about such a niche.
All right, fine. Go to Scottsdale. Go to Austin.
Still, I'm talking about go to fucking Dearborn, Michigan. Like, it's wild, dude. I'm telling you, it's just, if you want to look at like why when you go to these places, is there Trump flags everywhere, and why? It's whether or not he's going to fix it. It's because of that.
No. The real issue is cost of living in America has gone exponentially higher than what wages are.
Right.
And there's a handful of people that can afford the cost of living.
Right.
But no politicians talking.
The rest of the people can't afford it.
Right.
Like,
but if there was
this is what no. So even talk about our bubble, LA. I paid $900 for rent in 2005.
Right.
And I earned the exact same income that I would have earned in the same job in 2005 as 2025.
Right.
That rent would be 4x.
Right. But here's my question.
That's the problem.
But okay, so then my question is, why does that problem exist? What's the mechanism at play?
Because real estate landlords know they can charge more money.
No, okay, you could start with in Austin, rents went down this year so dramatically. Why? Because they allow building. California does not allow building. We have too many fucking dumbass rules, and it's why our real estate's so expensive. Is because regulation is out of control in liberal cities. It's out of control. It's a known fact. When you deregulate, costs of things go down. And so maybe with what happens, the chaos of everything that happens, iPhone's $12,000, maybe workman's comp comes down. Maybe some of these issues of what we've been dealing with as a country get deregulated and things cost less.
It's also...
There's a big problem with making stuff in America because insurance is as much as fucking the employee staff. I mean, the salary. Like, it doesn't make sense. Half the stuff doesn't make sense anymore.
It's also, here's just this is a warning, and especially to our hedge fund friend, this is pure intuition. But why are there cities in this country that were built, thriving cities around industries, that when the industry left, the cities are looked at as some of our worst cities? Like,
well, you just answered your question.
Right, but what
the industry left.
Right, exactly. So what I'm answering is, where did the industry go? Out of the country. So it only seems obvious to me that if you bring some of those back, it's not just about the sewers, it's about the managers and the next people up and the next people up and the owner of the factory and the people who charge rent and the people it's an economy. And that economy can build a city. It built Michigan. It built Cleveland. It built some of our greatest cities. But those cities are now some of our darkest cities because the industry left. The industry is the heart of some of our big, I would argue, once again, way out of my depth here of education, but I would argue that probably most of our major cities were built around industries in that area.
Yeah, of course.
Around ports, around
LA's
whatever.
Hollywood.
And all the ones where they left.
I think what we did as a country was we leveled up in terms of technology was our industry.
No,
higher, but not big enough.
We sold out.
Technology only helped a few cities. It's not big enough to help Michigan.
No, it didn't. But there's only a few $1 trillion companies in the world. They're all here.
I know, but
a lot of the jobs are not here.
Well,
the market cap is here.
So what? So you're actually going anti-MAGA. You're doing socialism.
No.
You want Google to have jobs in Ohio.
No, the thing is we sold out our factories and jobs
because they weren't efficient.
I'm answering your question.
We didn't give local people a chance to be efficient. The problem is
it's so funny. You guys are Republicans and you guys have gone socialists.
No, you could have deregulated.
This is socialism.
It's deregulation. I'm talking deregulation.
This is not capitalism.
No, it's deregulation.
I would also argue
where you want the cheapest product to be produced is wherever it is.
Right. So I would just argue, number one, I want to be very clear. The first thing that I'm doing is just answering your question of how this Trump thing is helping the Trump voter. And this is the vision. I know why
the voter, they have to retrain. Everyone's talked about this.
What?
that the Midwest person that's 25 needs to retrain. There's no job fucking making cars.
No, but there could be. Like, anyway, listen.
No, they can't be.
Did Tesla's making cars in America?
Tesla's the only one.
Okay, because he took the bet.
He also has the most high trained people that work for him.
But let me also look at why I don't
batteries. Understand.
Let me also look at why I don't, or tell you why I don't look at this as socialism versus capitalism. This is more of globalism versus.
So are you anti-globalism?
I'm saying that I think
the entire reason why America is because of globalism.
No,
we basically took advantage of cheap labor globally, and got products that Americans can afford.
So what I'm saying is, this is all that I'm saying. I want to be clear that this is all that I'm saying, is I think that what we are learning and the public sentiment in the country is saying that maybe it needs to be looked at because maybe
those are two
it's
different
not
things.
actually working.
I think it's
like
working.
maybe
it's not though.
Well,
if you look,
it's not working for someone in Dearborn, Michigan, is what he's saying.
Right.
Right. So you guys are socialists. I'd like to hear it.
Even close.
It's amazing.
We're America first.
And I'm also
you
saying
guys are socialists. I'm the only capitalist.
This is what else I think
place.
globalism doesn't take into consideration is everything we just talked about, which is the fact that it might look good. Like I get the free market aspect of it, and it might look good on the balance sheet. It might be a national security risk.
It could be, but
right. So maybe if we're just doing an economic chat about free markets, and I agree with you, but maybe there's this element that we're not talking about, which is that, now your balls are in China's hand because they have everything and they're an adversary.
And our balls are in their balls are in our hands.
Right. Maybe we don't need to cup each other's balls. You know what I mean? Maybe we need some. Maybe,
by the way, you know what I mean? in the, just to put a pin on it, like, I know it's like a common thing that everyone's like, China has this. We spend all the money. Whoever spends the money has all the fucking leverage.
Did you watch Chamath
Not
on
who makes
Andrew
the
Schultz?
goods. When in the world has ever been the manufacturer has the leverage?
So
never. Whoever has the money has the leverage.
So Chamath literally made my point.
Right.
When he was pro tariff.
Yeah.
And he was on Andrew Schultz. I think it's called the Flagrant Podcast.
Yep.
And what he said was he first said, we have to make the balance normal, $1 to $10 or whatever. But then he literally contradicted himself and made the point I'm saying is we are the consumer. So we have to make a trade-off. And he said the whole thing. And then he just started going off on tangents about Stacey Abrams and energy and this and that. It was all bullshit. He literally is just shilling so he has access to the Oval, which I get.
Right.
You're have access to Trump.
I'm just saying, I want to be really clear. I'm not necessarily arguing a point. I am not nearly educated enough on how dynamic.
My hedge fund guy said your intuition's great.
By the way, the hedge fund guy, if he was not short, he was a fucking idiot because everyone knew he was going to do the tariffs.
Right.
He said it 100 times. That's why when Bill Ackman's like, I can't believe he did the tariffs. What do you mean, you fucking dummy?
Yeah.
He fucking told you he was going to do the tariffs.
Right.
That's why these people are not that smart. Do not listen to a fucking word anyone says.
No, but
do what's best for you. This shit's all bullshit. These people don't know anyone.
No, but
they don't matter.
The thing, regardless if they're smart or not, I'm not going to debate. But they're doing it because that's the only way you can get to the officials. So Larry Fink's going on these shows. Ray Dalio went on these shows this past weekend. Steve Cohen goes on these shows because they know that's the only way you can get to the administration.
Yeah. Look, I just want to clear my position here that, like I said, I'm not arguing on a new economic policy. I'm answering your question of why the Trump voter has hope that he is talking to them and could actually benefit them. And I think that this story makes sense. And I think that the country, there's a lot of people in the country that are very, very upset that has shown now in these elections. And I think we'd be silly not to try to understand why they're feeling that way.
Yeah.
And I think that at the end of the day,
look, I don't want people to suffer.
No, I know you don't. But I'm saying, I know you don't. I'm not even going against you here. I'm just saying that if we're trying to just objectively take a look at it, there's a lot of upset and there's a lot of issues. And I also would say that even when you're looking at trade deficits, like once again, our hedge fund friend, I understand that that's the way it works today. But my question is like long term, I mean, what measure other than America is the best place in the world undeniably to live a good life and to get rich? That is a fact. But America, like the country, you can't, like our debt is insane. Our trade deficits are insane. There's a lot of things that are really broken that's hard to look at and say, well, it works fine. Don't fuck with it. I don't know that it works fine. I think we're kind of headed in like a bad path as a country. Now, that still makes it the best country in the world to live in and by far the best country to come get rich. But I think it's hard to look at and say like, well, but it's not broken.
Yeah, of course. Two things can be true.
Right.
That's fine.
That's fun.
I love it. Let's do some shout outs.
Shout outs.
YouTube comments. Best podcast on the internet right now.
Fuck yeah, there we go.
I mean,
let's end on that.
I mean, what else is there?
Unanimous.
I agree with that. The next is, big shout out from Hannah. Happy birthday, Gilly. Everyone loves you, but I love you the most.
Yeah, that's true.
That's amazing.
I mean, I hope, Hannah, you love him the most because you have a lot of competition.
Yeah.
Everyone loves
we
Gilly.
all love Gilly.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys are at Coachella vibing to some Posty right now.
Hopefully you're listening to this on the drive home.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
That would be nice.
Did Gilly post?
Coachella?
Yeah.
I don't think he did.
Damn, even
I didn't tell you, he's cool.
Yeah, he's cool. He's with the youth.
All right.
Okay, is that it?
That's it, guys.
All right, well, thank you for listening. Steve, congratulations.
Thank you.
America first.
America fucking first, Steve.
Well, thank you to all the Catties. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's incredible that you can do it. I wanted to provide hope to the Catties that you can do it. You can have a better product. And, if CEOs actually make the decision to change the way that they make products, it could actually go. Because America, we're hurting, right? A lot of us are hurting. Money's tight.
Right.
We need companies to change the way that products are made so that people can actually afford them. And I'm also really proud that we create jobs that have insurance. And so these are jobs, green jobs in America that provide living wages plus insurance so they could provide for their families.
You're
that to
part
me
of
is
the
really
solution
important.
over here, Steve.
Yeah.
Good job.
That's amazing.
Okay. Well,
incredible.
Congrats. Everyone have a great week. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.